herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Video auf meinem Kanal. Ich bin hier immer noch bei Sule hier in der Klinik und habe jetzt mal sämtliche Fragen zusammengeschrieben, was so im Facebook, Instagram und so weiter immer häufig mal gefragt wird. Ich bin hier mit Aykut und werde mit ihm das Interview auf Englisch machen, mache aber dann zusätzlich noch unten einen deutschen Untertitel, damit ihr es dann auch versteht, für die, die jetzt Englisch nicht so gut können. Wir starten jetzt mal und dann Aykut.
Hello, my friend.
How long has Sule here been around?
First of all, I am Aykut. I work for Sule Here, and Sule Here has been available for 3 years, and we have patients all over the world. But Sule herself, Sule is our hair transplant expert. She has almost 10 years experience.
Okay.
She worked for several hospitals and for different doctors and clinics before. But Sule Here has been available for 3 years itself.
Okay. What is your job at Sule Here Transplant?
I work as an international manager here. I arrange patients' appointments,
Okay.
and I attend also phone calls. You can also leave my phone number to the video.
Okay. Ich verlinke dann auch seine Telefonnummer unten im Video. How many patients you take per day?
It depends actually. We take between 5 and 8 patients. We don't want to take more than 8 patients. You saw our place actually. We have here 15 rooms and we have the capacity to take 15 patients, but we don't take it, not to drop the quality.
Okay. What do you recommend staying here 3 nights?
We recommend staying here 3 nights for this procedure because I need to explain a little bit. We want our patients to come here the day before the operation.
Okay.
If we give an example, if their operation is, for example, 10 March, they need to be here 9 March.
Okay.
Why do we do this? Because I know that some companies give 2 nights, but we
Okay.
think that 2 nights is not enough time because we want our patients to be ready and to be fresh.
Okay.
The day before, they need to come here, they need to have a rest, and they need to get their sleep. And in the operation morning, we take them early. Let's return our example. For example, if they are having operation 10 March, they need to come here 9 March, and 10 March early, we pick up them from hotel, we do blood test. After that, we do operation. The operation takes between 7-9 hours, sometimes 10 hours. It depends on many things. So the patient needs to be fresh because the operation very tiring. It's very tiring thing.
Okay.
So, and the next day, let's say 11 March, if we continue on our example, 11 March, we take the patients again to the hospital. We check the patient's head, and if there is any complication, anything, we of course start treating the patient, and we do the PRP treatment on the second day. PRP treatment is a treatment which only costs 400-500 euro in Europe itself, but here we give it free in the package. It makes the hair stronger. It helps hair to be thicker, and it makes it stronger. And on the last day, let's say 12th March, we take the patient again and we wash the patient's head. We show him how to wash his head, and on the last day, after 3 nights, he can return his country in the afternoon. After 1 p.m., we want him to take a flight back. So if we make a summary, the patient came here 9 March, the day before the operation, and returns his country 12th March afternoon. He
Okay.
stayed here 3 nights.
Okay.
That's why we recommend them staying here 3 nights. 2 nights is not enough.
Okay, perfect. Who are the other team members and how are they trained?
The other team members, other than Sule, we choose them, and we choose them very carefully. They have to be nurses or anesthesia technicians because they need to be qualified. A lot of medication is given to the patients, so they need to be educated in health sector. And before starting implanting hair or other things in the operation, they observe for 6 months here.
Okay.
They have in various things in hair transplant. For example, they separate the grafts. Some grafts are single, some double, some triple. They separate them, or they clean the rooms because there is a lot of bleeding in the operation. One person needs to clean the room. They clean it, or sometimes some of them they count the channels the expert opens, and there are a lot of work here. So before starting implanting, they observe for 6 months, and after 6 months they start doing implanting very slowly. So yeah, they need experience. Many people ask, because this work is very popular, many people ask around the world. They say, we want to come. Do you give a course? Do you educate people for hair transplant? We say no, because we know that they cannot stay here that long, and unfortunately we don't have that much time here for these people. That's why we don't teach it to people. I mean, it's not a school, but we do this hair transplant. We want to do it very successfully.
Okay. Why is it so important to open the channels?
Opening the channels is the most important part of the operation, because it determines the directions of hair. So when the channels are opened in a good way, the result is seen more natural. It determines the directions. Directions are really important. For example, you see some people, they get a lot of grafts. Many follicles are implanted to them. For example, 5,000. But the result still looks worse, bad, because it's because of the channels. If they are not opened in a good direction, not naturally, the hair transplant doesn't have a meaning. So here we give it a lot of importance. That's why we don't take more than 8 patients a day.
Okay. Is it true that Sule opens the channel of all patients here?
As I told you before, this is absolutely true, because we give it a lot of importance. Sule has almost 10 years experience in this hair transplant sector. 10 years. Almost 10 years. She has been doing this hair transplant. So there are 3, parts in hair transplant. Taking the follicles and opening the channels are the most important parts. After 6 months, as I told you, the nurses start implanting. It's not that difficult, but opening the channels is the most difficult and most important part, because it determines the naturality of the result. So Sule opens for all patients, not to drop the quality. For example, if various people open the channels for various patients, the appearance will look different. But if you check our results, they look very good and in the same way, because the channels are opened by only Sule. As I told you, we have many rooms. We have the capacity to take 15 patients, but we don't take more than 8 patients. Because opening channels for 1 patient takes 1 hour. And Sule, imagine that we have 15 patients here. Sule cannot open for all patients. So this drops the quality. That's why we don't take more than 8 patients, not to drop the quality.
There are single, double, and triple grafts.
Yeah.
Do you separate them, and why?
As I told you, girls separate the grafts, especially for hair grafts. Also when the patient doesn't have enough donor area, we use the beard grafts. We should say beard grafts, they are all single. But for head graft, if we take the grafts from the hair, from these areas, they might be single, double, even triple. They are stronger. The reason why we take from here, because they are stronger and they might be double and triple. So we separate them because generally to the front line, we prefer implanting single grafts. When you put double grafts, triple grafts to the front line, they don't look natural. To give a natural look, we put single grafts to the front line. That's why we separate the grafts.
When is the hair transplant result seen?
The result depends on the person and many other things, but generally 60% of the result is seen in the 6th month, 50-60 let's say, and the whole result is seen after 1 year. After 1 year, the complete result is seen. But as I told you, it depends on the people and many other factors. But on the front, you see the result much more quicker. But the crown area, some doctors even say that for the crown, you need to wait 18 months. The reason is that on the crown area, the blood circulation is slow.
Yeah.
But on the front, it is fast.
Okay.
That's why the blood feeds the hair more quickly here. And you see the result more quickly.
Okay. Is a guarantee certificate given, and yes, what is what?
Mm-hmm. We give guarantee certificate for each patient of us. For every patient, we give guarantee certificate. Of course, different companies have different guarantees, and our guarantee is if the result is not seen, if no result is seen, after 1 year, the patient waited 1 year, and we compared before and after photos, and obviously there is no result. We evaluated. Of course, what we do is we give second session, totally free, second session, totally free.
Okay.
The patient only pays the hotel accommodation himself. We give second session totally free for the patient if there is no result achieved in the first session.
Okay. What kinds of anesthesia are given? Local, general, or?
We give local anesthesia to the patients, to this part and this part. Local anesthesia is given, and patients do not sleep during the operation. If they want to sleep, they sleep, but we don't make them sleep by giving medication. This is not a very big operation. Most people listen to music or watch something on their mobile phone or from our televisions in the rooms during the operation. They are awake. They don't sleep during the operation. They don't have to sleep.
Okay. Do you have a painless anesthesia option? Is it
As most
included,
people know, is it included? Most people know we also have this painless anesthesia option, or in German you call it comforting anesthesia, I guess.
Yes.
This is a new machine, and almost all companies have this machine. We also have this, but we don't. It's not in the package. It has some extra price.
How much is the price?
The price is €100.
Okay.
For painless anesthesia, because it's extra, because this machine can be used, like let's say between 70-100 patients, and then you need to buy a new machine. You throw it away, you buy a new one, and so that's why it's extra. If the patients do not buy this one, they shouldn't be, worry about it, because they just feel the pain at the beginning of the operation for 5-10 minutes, and in the second part for 5-10 minutes again, and then they don't feel anything. Okay.
Do you use Sapphire technique? What difference does it make?
Actually, it is better if we call this sapphire. Instead of technique, we should say blade, sapphire blade, because it is an instrument we use in the operation. With sapphire blade, it is possible to open the channels in a more tight way. Close to each other. So this with this blade, we can succeed better result, and also it helps the wounds heal more quickly. When you open the channels with the sapphire blade, they heal more quickly.
Okay. Then I say thank you for the interview.
We thank you for coming here, for making this interview.
So, ich habe jetzt das Interview mit Aykut gemacht. Ich werde natürlich den Untertitel bestmöglichst runterladen, damit ihr auch versteht, was wir jetzt hier gesprochen haben. Schaut wieder vorbei beim nächsten Video und ganz wichtig, klickt auf Abonnieren und bis dann. Ciao.